goes down.
Oh,
All right,
we
we
get out.
are ready.
I get out for 5
Okay.
days.
I'd like to call this caucus meeting to order. As always, we'll be looking for a motion to dispense with the reading of the minutes of the first regular meeting dated Wednesday, November 8th, 2023, accepted here by the clerk. There's 2 pieces of communication, questions or comments on communications. If none, Mayor's report, Mayor Miller.
Thank you. These are just some reminders from last week. This year on December 8th, we will host our very first Christmas parade, followed by a city tree lighting at the fire station. If you wish to participate, please contact my office to get a form. These need to be turned in by December 1st. More information will follow. We'll have something posted, another flyer type thing that will explain everything that's going on in the bay at the fire station right after the tree lighting, so that'll be coming. The Holiday Lights Contest is that time of year again for the Lights Contest. It's open to any residents or business within the Struthers City School District. It is free to participate. Please visit our city Facebook page or contact my office to get all the information for this year's Holiday Lights Contest. The Phipps Family Memorial Coat Drive, the donation boxes have been set up throughout the community, my office, and AMVETS. Last year they were able to provide nearly 100 coats to students K through 12 and plan on exceeding that this year. And then we have the Struthers football team. We would like to congratulate the Struthers High School football team for making it to the regional championship. Coach Begg and his staff have done an amazing job with the boys this year, and we are all very proud. The team is also collecting donations for their annual Christmas with the Wildcats. All donations will be used to help needy families in the Struthers community during the holidays. The football team and the coaching staff will buy, wrap, and deliver presents to Wildcat families. Checks can be made out to Struthers Athletics for Trust the Climb and mailed to Struthers Football at 111 Euclid. And that's all I have.
Question, that coat drive, is that just for the city of Struthers? So that goes for our kids K through 12?
Yep.
Thanks.
Any other questions for our mayor? Okay, report of standing committees. Dallas, I need you to convene your committee to add number 3.
You got it. Call this Finance and Legislation meeting to order. Mr. Bayes is absent. Mr. Ballack?
Here.
Mr. Bigley is here. We have one piece, and it is from the mayor, and it is an ordinance authorizing the mayor of the city of Struthers to submit an application to participate in the Eastgate ARC FY 2024 grant program and to execute documents as required in declaring an emergency. You want to speak at all?
Yeah, if that's okay.
Yes, go ahead.
I apologize for this being so last minute. I know we normally have our meetings on Wednesday, so we got this today. So it's very brief, but we did receive the $250,000 for the wastewater treatment plan for the ARC funding. So the match on here, the $458,052 that you see, is something that is already being spent with our normal budget. So it's nothing new, it's nothing we're adding, but this is just a formality that we have to have for the second part of the phase after to receive the grant. So it's nothing.
So we're not expelling any money that we weren't already expelling?
No. But again, I apologize for the late notice. They want this due, it is due by the 11th. They had a seminar, I believe, last week. And our next meeting is until the 13th, so that's why it's in front of you today. So again, I apologize for the late.
Anybody have any questions for the mayor? Motion to bring it out?
Make a motion to bring it out.
Second. Result for Finance and Legislation.
I know you can't.
Anybody else have anything for Finance and Legislation? Motion to adjourn?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Okay, thank you.
Report of standing committees is December 6th, Finance and Legislation for 6 p.m.
Can we do finance and legislation maybe? Because Jen's
something
gonna
first?
come, she's gonna come from Aqua. I'll have to reach out to her, but she's supposed to come and talk to us about the water and stuff. So,
Are you going to call a meeting for the 6th?
yes,
Call yours at 6 and I'll just call mine to follow yours.
okay, that's what we should do then. Then I'll call my meeting for public utilities at 6.
And finance follow. Correct, Dallas?
Correct. Thank you.
Any other committees? Okay, we got 3 pieces of legislation tonight. Number 1's a 3rd reading. The other 2 are questions or comments on legislation. Unfinished business. Okay, new business, Kat,
If that's okay with you.
yeah,
Okay, so I wanted to introduce Kenny Day. I know he was going to come to one of the previous meetings, and I spoke to a few of you, and we asked that he come to Caucus, because we have kind of a small agenda, so instead of waiting till later. We've been working with Kenny, we've had a couple meetings via Zoom, and he is going to be completing his Eagle Scout project in the city of Struthers. So I wanted to give him the floor and let him explain. I have a full packet of everything of what he needs to do for the Eagle Scout. I misconstrued what he said. He said something about bringing something to council. He meant Boy Scout Council. I thought he meant you all. So I said it's still a good idea. I still would like him to come and let you guys know what he's doing down at the river.
Yes.
All yours.
Could I stand
Yep,
up?
you can,
Okay.
if you want to stand, because
If
there's
you
a
want to
camera.
stand over here,
Okay,
or you might
good.
be on camera a little bit, stand behind Mr. Feely over there. There you go.
Best spot.
there you go.
Camera's on us the whole time.
Thank you, Mayor Miller. So I am Kenny Day. I am 15. I'm a member of Boy Scout Troop 60, and I am here to discuss and seek approval for my Eagle Scout project. I would like to pass out my binder and a paper on what being the beneficiary is all about. So, where should I start the binder?
Wherever you want.
Sure.
Here you go. And everyone can take one piece of paper, navigating the Eagle Scout project. So what's my project about? My project is about beautifying one of our local kayak launches on Seaway. As you'll look through my Eagle Scout binder, you'll find all the what's, whys, how's about my project. You'll also find sketches in the rear of the binder, and some locations that I will talk about. My project is planning to execute the installation of fishing line receptacles, a 100-yard upstream marker, a Seaway bridge sign, a bench, a river informational sign. So, why do we need all that? The fishing line receptacles will lighten the load of pollution that our river takes in. I'm a fisherman, so I've been out at the kayak launch countless times finding huge wads of line, and the fishing line receptacles will offer a way for people to dispose of their line properly and not contaminate the water. The 100-yard marker sign will be obviously 100 yards upstream of the kayak launch, and it will be like notifying the kayakers of, hey, there's a kayak launch ahead, get out, stretch, take a break, here are our facilities, a nice place to fish. The Seaway bridge sign will be to mark the Seaway bridge, because it is my understanding that there were some kayakers getting lost under the bridge, not knowing what the bridge was, so that sign will include information like the exact GPS coordinates of where you are at along the river. The bench, this is a little bit of a, I don't know how to put it, maybe. So, when I talked with Kat, I found out that there were some EPA concerns about the bench. So, if the bench would be installed, I would like to install it below the bridge, right by the river, and the bench will be dedicated to my Scoutmaster, Mr. Byron Harderfager, who just recently passed away. The bench will obviously offer a nice place for people to rest, sit, and enjoy the beauty of nature. The river informational sign will include various information, obviously, about the river, such as types of fish that are in the river, the history of the river, all sorts of stuff like that that will be ironed out after I have my project approved by everyone. My project will probably be set to begin sometime early spring 2024 and be done somewhere late spring 2024. I believe that's all I wanted to cover. This is completely up for discussions, questions, comments, concerns. I would love to hear what you have to say.
I think it sounds great.
Thank
I
you.
think it's a really great idea.
And now that you say that, like, I took my kids to Pymatuming Spillway last year, and there's so much informational stuff that they have just in signs and everything else. Stuff that maybe you never even paid attention to, but when you actually took the time to read it and appreciate it, it was definitely worth the read.
Yes.
Do you know what kind of fundraisers you're gonna do to?
Yes, so I plan on writing letters to family, friends, people I've met on my Trail Eagle, and local businesses.
Okay.
Yes.
Very nice.
Yeah. In the back, you could see some pictures I took with a drone along the river, showing where, like, the signs and fishing line receptacles will go.
How many receptacles you think you need?
One, I believe we are going to put it down by the, I believe it's an onion bag disposal. Put it a couple feet off to the side of that.
Yeah, those come in. I fish a lot too, and a lot of people just leave their line laying there if there was something convenient like that. I think most people would at least pick it up and
It's very
get rid
unfortunate.
of it, yeah.
And one of the things that Kenny mentioned was the EPA with the benches. So we are working with the Mahoney County Land Bank to get money to clean up the little triangle piece. Looks like we're getting it, we can't put anything on that property that encourages standing or sitting or waiting. It has to be movement to and from the river. So once we get that clean, which should be soon, it should be in time for the project. So that's why he said the benches, the location of it is to be determined.
And if the bench cannot work, I would like to put a plaque on one of the signs, such as like the fishing line receptacle, dedicating that to my scoutmaster.
Sounds good.
How much money do you need in total for a whole project?
I believe we're looking at about $1,600. Yeah. That includes all the materials, the stuff like lumber, the signs, everything like that. And if I were to be able to do a bench, if we're going to do a prefab bench, that includes that. Yeah, that includes everything, such as from drill bits to the actual signs.
And something Kenny doesn't know, we have an application in with the Appalachian Regional Commission. They sent over, there's gonna be a lot of money available, and we had to send a huge report saying what monies have been granted to that area. So the ODNR, the dam removal, the donation of the land, and we actually used this project as some leverage to help us get some money. So, no, thank you.
Thank you.
We added that to there.
And then Kenny, who helps you with this project? Do you do this all on your own? Or?
No. So, the main idea of the Eagle Scout project is teaching. So, let me back up a little bit. On my journey to Eagle Scout, from the first time I stepped foot in a Cub Scout meeting, I've been learning how to be a good leader. So, the Eagle Scout project will kind of, I wouldn't say put my skills to the test of how I can lead a group. Yes, exactly. So I'll be leading whoever shows up, telling them, hey, could you go dig a post hole in this location? Could you take a kayak up and go start scouting out the places?
Okay, very nice. I know my church at St. Luke's, we have an outdoor worship space, and we had an Eagle Scout that did that for us.
Oh, that's
It was a
cool.
big thing, yeah, very
That's
nice.
awesome.
But this is a great idea.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, building the bench, will you build the bench yourself?
So it's not completely ironed out right now.
Okay.
I'm in between building and buying a prefab bench.
Okay.
Prefab benches would be around like $500, and I have not looked at the material costs of building the bench on my own.
But do you do that stuff? You work with tools and things like that?
I enjoy building stuff. Yeah, but yes, the project, there are certain like guidelines of who can use tools, and that's when the like adults would step in, cut this, the scouts can help build that.
Okay.
Us leaders call it the big book of no fun.
Yeah.
It's the guideline to safe scouting.
And
Yeah.
So there are things that the youth can do, and there are things that the adults have to step in
I
and
got you.
provide guidance or actually perform the action.
I was gonna ask him if he does fences, cause I need a,
That seems to be a recurring need around this area, so.
Yeah. In the workbook there is actually a little thing on safety, about what scouts can use, what older scouts can use, what the adult scouts can use,
okay.
or adult scouters, scout leaders.
Very good. Any
Very
other
good.
questions?
And I'm gonna give you my phone number. I'm gonna write it on here for you.
Okay.
When you start fundraising, you let me know, and I know a few businesses in the city that I'm sure would be happy to donate.
Thank you.
Okay, one more thing to mention is next steps from here.
Okay, so the next steps from here on is I need to get the signature from Struthers, that would probably be Kat, to go ahead to move forward, get my project approved with my Boy Scout council and district, them telling me, hey, you can do this project, and then the next step would be to meet with Kat, you guys, and iron out the fine details of what color the signs are going to be, what the signs are going to say.
Sign
exact-
locations.
Yes,
stuff
sign locations. And what I am here tonight is to hopefully get your guys' opinion on this and possibly get the signature.
I think it's great.
I think it's a great idea as well.
Yeah, me too. I think
You
it's
guys are all
great.
okay if I sign this?
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Thank you all very much for your time. I really appreciate this.
Great job,
Thank you.
Patty.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Very good. Anything else on the new business?
I'm a little quiet right now.
None? Board of Law Director, John's not here. Auditor's not here. Bob. He's not here, he's not gonna have anything over. Okay. Anything else on the caucus? If not, motion adjourned.
Motion.
Second.
Second.
Okay, caucus is adjourned.